Below Deck's Jason Chambers reveals if he really hooked up with RHOSLC's Heather Gay. In a recent episode of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Gay stated she and Chambers had F around before. Captain Jason Chambers is clarifying what truly happened and didn't happen between him and Heather Gay. During an appearance on the November 10th broadcast of Andy Cohen's Watch What Happens Live, the presenter brought up Gay's assertions that she and Chambers had a passionate fling. The suspicions originated when Gay, 51, drunkenly stated that the duo had F around on the recent Real Housewives of Salt Lake City and Below Deck Down under crossover. Jason, number one question, how did you feel when you heard Heather on the show say that the two of you had knocked knees? Cohen asked Chambers, who laughed. We hung out in Sydney, as you know. He answered of a former work trip to Australia. We went down there for Bravo. You've been to Sydney before for the Mardi Gras. What's in Sydney remains in Sydney, you know? Daisy Kelliher, who was part of the personnel on the boat, then pushed Chambers. You're saying it's true? No, it's not true, he said. It's not true, but what a friendship. Beautiful individuals. Enough amusing. And had such a fantastic time hanging out with them. And I'm delighted that the friendship blossomed enough that they decided to come on the boat for a charter. In the October 28th episode of RHOSLC, the ladies gathered on a super yacht operated by Chambers and his entourage for a holiday at the island of Canoein in the Grenadines. At one point, Gay gripped onto Chambers' back and stated she'd ride him like an F Bronco, which struck Brittany Bateman because she had shown interest in the Below Deck star. You're canoodling with Jason. He's not interested in me, Bateman declared, as Heather drunkenly confessed. Jason and I are friends. We have a past. We've F around before. There's nothing there. What do you mean you've F around before? Bateman questioned, causing Heather to clarify. We're friends. I'm saying we're friends. There's latitude. Bateman confessed she was a little jealous, pointing out that Gay wanted her to jump in the water with Chambers, stating, I don't operate like that. In her confessional, however, Gay looked astonished to learn about her charges involving Chambers. I said that, she inquired. Serious face? You can't utilize that. I don't know why I said that to her. Delete. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City airs Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Bravo. The Ladies' Vacation will also be featured on Season 4 of Below Deck Down Under, premiering in 2026.